Okay, guys, I'm gonna read from the Bible about new earth. New earth, okay? A new heaven and a new earth in Revelations chapter 21. Okay, let's get into it. Then I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth had passed away. The false one, the Matrix. It says it right here. It passed away, and there was no longer any sea. I don't know why they put that shit in there. I saw the holy city and the new Jerusalem coming down out of heaven from God, which is us light workers. Like I said, remember, I've been talking about how you are the reason why God exists in this society right now. You are the reason why Jesus exists in this society, which then proves that heaven is here, because through all of us, we are bringing the God frequency back to this distorted matrix earth that thinks it has God. It thinks it has God, but we obviously see that it doesn't, because children are being harmed, women are being harmed, there's people on the fucking streets, we're all stressed to fucking death, there's war, there's famine, there's plagues, COVID, all this shit in Revelation. The earth is fucking shaking its shit up. Revelations. And then y'all just don't want to fucking see it. You know what I'm saying? Except for there are some Christians who see it, right? Like I talk about my cute little, what do they call that? What do I call them? My, rapture Christians, you know? My cute little rapture Christians that think that Jesus is just going to come suck them up like the little vacuum from Teletubbies. Oh my God. And they're not following this shit. They're not following, but also there's, people of New Earth who also believe this. Guys, get off that shit. You guys sound like rapture Christians. I know. It's Dolores Cannon's fault. You can blame them. I blame God for the Bible. All right, I'm going to keep going. I saw the holy city, the new Jerusalem, coming down out of heaven from God. This is gross. Prepared as a bride, beautifully dressed for her husband. Okay, well, what if it's a man? What if it's two men or two women? Then it's two brides and two grooms. Why does it have to be heterosexual always? It's so annoying. Anyway, and I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, "Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them." That's what I've been fucking saying. That's literally what I've been saying. God is within you, and you guys are the reason why God is alive right now, and heaven is alive on this fucking planet. It's you guys. You guys are carrying God. You always have. If you're neurodivergent, if you're standing up for the right things, if you want the pain and suffering to end, if you're breaking generational karmic cycles of trauma, you are God, you are Jesus. If you can see the patterns, you are God, you are Jesus, you are heaven on earth. You are creating that frequency right now, and that's how we do it. We do it on an individual level, and then it goes out to the masses, the Maharishi effect, right? Okay. They will be his people, and God himself will be with them and their God. And their God, the new God, the true God, the real one, the one that we were always supposed to be following, the one that Jesus tried to get people to fucking follow, which is just fucking treat everybody fucking nice and let them live the way that God designed them and stop fucking hurting people. And stop being fucking hypocrites and using this word to harm people. Women, children, gay, trans, black people, He will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death or mourning or crying or pain, for the old order of things has passed away. That's what the new heaven and earth is. It's the old order of things passing away. That is literally what I talk about. That's what I talk about. I'm like, this fucking Bible is becoming my new favorite book, guys. It's become my new favorite thing because it literally supports me in everything I say. And I'm like, okay, totally get why I'm led to the Bible right now. Because, I haven't been led to the Bible this whole fucking time. And I've been channeling for 18 months. And the Bible's like, what, a 2-month situation here now? Getting into this bitch. And I'm like, why does it match up with everything I'm talking about? How does it do that? I would have never understood this, though, without the context of my channels. You know what I'm saying? So that's also how I know I'm, channeling, truth and divine truth from the creator and fucking self. Because all of my fucking channels line up with shit in this fucking bitch. So that's why I'm like, there is duality to the Bible. They did leave little excerpts of truth in here, but they also left a lot of distortion, which of course we're going to get into. And I was sitting there thinking one day, I'm like, boy, I'm going to, back in the day, like when I first got my psychic abilities about 18 months ago, I was thinking, boy, I'm going to need a theologian. I'm going to need like a theologist who has like seriously studied the Bible to be able to like point out the distortion in the Bible, because there's no way I'm going to be able to do that. And now I can do it because of the context of my channels. But I didn't get all this shit back then. All this stuff about ascension and descension and multiple Jesuses and heaven and new earth and how we're creating heaven on earth and how we're going into heaven and how we're actually going to have interdimensional beings that are going to come help us with that. Which it does mention in Revelation somewhere about the angels coming down from the sky and then the 144,000. And then the sevens, all in the book of Revelations to lead us back to the seventh dimension. That's where they're coming from. That's why they left a fuck ton of sevens. There's sevens all over this shit. And I was like, seven's my favorite number. And then also the other thing they say about sevens is like the lottery, the jackpot where it's like 777. And like that's when you like win a jackpot or whatever the fuck it is when you're doing slots and shit. Because when they come down, why isn't it like 10 10 10 or like 3 3 3 or whatever? Because when they come down, it's going to feel like we've all won the lottery and the jackpot. So all this time, this entire time that we've ever had the lottery or stuff, it's sevens, and they call it lucky sevens. Because guys, we're about to go into heaven on fucking earth from seventh dimensional, interdimensional beings coming down on earth and giving us advanced technology and making this society the way that it always should have been without distortion. Isn't that amazing? I'm like, I love this book and I love this shit. All right, I'm going to keep reading. He who's seated on the throne said, I am making everything new. They're going to make everything new. Then he said, write this down, for these words are trustworthy and true. So write it down, guys. Write down what I'm saying. No, I'm just kidding. You can just, in your brain. He said to me, it is done. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. To the thirsty I will give water without the cost from the spring of the water of life. And that's all of us. We've had to pay the cost of drinking out of the spring of the water of life. So have they. We've all paid a cost. Some of us have paid the heavy cost of karma and paying for their fucking sins. Some of us, which is not us, but these fuckers, have been paying with delusion. And they think that they've been in heaven, and they think they have good karma coming for them, and they think that they've been putting their coins in the water of life, but they've been putting their coins in the pool of death. And so it's going to come bite them in the ass when they have to like sit in classes for 10 years and deconstruct the systems of the matrix. That's what I'm saying. Like all of us on TikTok, we are on heaven on earth because we're like, we already know the secrets and Jeffrey Epstein, if you're on that timeline of Jeffrey Epstein files of listening to black people talk about the actual horrors of slavery, UFO files. If you're on that timeline at all, if you can see that Donald Trump is a fascist dictator, you put your coins in the right pool of life, because you're not going to have to sit in classes and learn about that shit. You're going to be in more advanced concept classes like planetary design, soul design, and that kind of stuff. And then like once we're done like learning that shit, like we're free reign. But also we're going to be, again, teaching these people. We're going to be teaching these people how their dysfunction was actually dysfunction, and they were tricked into dysfunction. Ooh, so sad. So sorry. Okay. Those who are victorious will inherit all this, and I will be their God, and they will be my children. They are our children, and everybody is going to inherit it, but everybody's got to. But the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts and idolaters, and all liars, they will be consigned to the fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. Well, they're not going to go into it's going to feel like that, though, for them. That's what we felt we've been like in our whole lives. We feel like we've been in a fucking burning fire, sulfur bullshit. No. Which is true, yes. Now they're going to go into it, but they're lucky. They can thank their lucky stars that they're not going into a fiery lake of burning sulfur. They're just going to have to go face themselves and sit in classes, and they're not going to get privileges in society, which is going to feel like really shitty. And then all of us are going to have privileges in society when the aliens come down. So I'm like, I love this fucking Bible these days. I fucking love this bitch. I love it. And I never thought I would. And I'm just so excited because I'm like, this is everything I talk about.